Good morning, everyone. Treasure Troller here from the mask-wearing militant state of Michigan. So yesterday, I got a text message from the godfather of YouTube. That's right, Lamont sent me a text message. It's saying, "Hey, why haven't you commented on that shooting and suicide over the snow? And how come your comments are turned off on your vlogs?" Well, the comments that was inadvertent. I believe after looking through all my settings and stuff, I think it was because I thought setting it up to be like a vlog to be kid friendly was okay, but turns out when you set it up for kind of all audiences, it locks out your comments. So hopefully it will resolve by making another selection. As far as the murder suicide over snowflakes, and I mean the actual snowflake, I guess at first I really wasn't going to do it, and then when the Godfather contacts you, well, you know, that changes things. So my first idea was I knew what it was. Some neighbors got into it over snow being put in their yard, and I knew what the outcome of the argument was. So I thought, well, first, I'm just not going to read or look into it at all. I'm just going to make some, obvious guesses about the whole thing. But I happened to see some of Bigelow's live stream last night. He started talking about it, and then I read an article and saw the video. Well, so the first thing was, the reason why I wasn't going to comment on it is because all these damn murders are senseless. They're all senseless. And I really didn't think I was going to be able to add anything to it other than saying these people were just out of their heads batshit crazy, which would be a pretty obvious deduction. So I thought, well, I'm going to go a little Bigelow on this. My attempt at going. Sometimes Bigelow can be a little cutting edge and kind of on and push the envelope a little bit. So I'm going to try to do that here with a little bit more of the obvious things that no one's really talking about that may or may not make a big difference. The first thing is, I have a general idea of what snow removal is like, and I have a pretty good idea of what a lot of snow looks like. So that should be very, somewhat, I guess you could take it for granted that living in Michigan and looking out my car window, there's a pretty good chance when I talk snow, I might have a fairly decent idea of what snow is. So when I looked at the video, my first thought was, what snow? There ain't a damn bit of snow that you could really be shoveling. So the first thing is, there's really not a lot of snow there, and I know that for a couple of reasons. The first thing is, they're using them flat ass square shovels. Anybody that's got to move a lot of snow ain't going to be using one of those. Second thing is, there's not very much snow on the cars, and the cars are in the driveway. If there's a lot of snow in your driveway, you need to get your cars out of there so you can actually shovel the driveway. The third thing is, if you look at part of the road, well, they shoveled across the street. So if you look at the unshoveled part of the street, kind of on that video to the left, or to the kind of the left of their driveway, you can see the difference between the shoveled driveway and the unplowed road. There's maybe a couple of inches there. So the other reason why I know there wasn't much snow is nobody in their right frickin' mind that has to shovel snow shovels the whole damn street. There ain't no way in hell you're going to work that hard. If anything, you're going to shovel to the, I guess you could say, the passenger side of your car on your driveway from before it. So it would be from that screen from the Goy's driveway, you would shovel to the left of their driveway. And you would shovel down the street that way a little bit, maybe 15, 20 feet max, and you would probably go out about 4, maybe 5 feet, and you get all that snow out of the road, because when the snowplow comes through, it doesn't really pick up any more snow, and it doesn't drop a bunch of it in your driveway again, so you got to go out and shovel it. So anybody that's got a lot of snow to shovel isn't going to be shoveling out the road, the driveway, all the way across the street. That's just too damn much. There's no place to put the snow. So you'd try to push it, and you couldn't push it. You'd have to pick it up, scoop it up, and walk it all the way across the street. That ain't happening, people. And if anything, you're shoveling to the side of your driveway so the snowplow doesn't come through and pack your driveway in again. So in some respects, there really wasn't a lot of snow there. And for them to go all the way across the street and dump it over there, either on the sidewalk or on the guy's property, I'm thinking it's a sidewalk. But unfortunately, if it's on your property, you have to shovel the sidewalk. So they were creating a little bit of work for the guy. See, I was thinking this whole thing was like somebody with like a turbocharged snowblower was shooting snow into the neighbor's driveway. You know, I just think, you know, they had said these, you know, Bigelow had said there had been kind of a long-running feud. This wasn't a feud. These people weren't feuding. These people hated each other. There's a difference between hate and feud. I mean, these people moved that snow across there and put it there not to piss that guy off. It's just because they didn't care. They just really flat out didn't care. So the next thing about this, and which was pretty disturbing, not as much as the shooting, but these are, I think, mid-40s. At least a couple, I believe, like 48, 46, or I don't know, maybe they were, but they're grown adults. And Mr. Goy was hollering at the other gentleman and using a, I guess, a very derogatory homophobic slur. Sorry, I can't talk. And which was, I guess, struck me a little bit odd to hear it from someone of his mature age. And then in an article I was reading that he was going to be missed by, he was a loving son and brother and a really great uncle. So I guess there's some circumstantial evidence that maybe this gentleman was gay. So I'm kind of wondering if this was initially started out as a hate crime, and then he came out with the gun and shot him. So I'm wondering if the hate crime thing isn't going to come into this. And I think another Lamont pushing the envelope would have been something along the lines of maybe it would be good if a child wasn't brought up in an environment of hate like that. I'm not going to push it more than that, but like I said, all of these are senseless. There's no rhyme or reason. Just this world is crazy, batshit crazy, and it just it's just a really sad, tragic ending to something that a little bit of, hey, sorry, my bad, we won't do it anymore, or hey, I didn't realize, we won't do it anymore. You know, just saying I'm sorry, or hey, I wasn't thinking, I had my head up my ass, no problem, sorry to inconvenience you. Something as simple as I'm sorry could have saved everybody, and that kid would have two parents today, and the other guy could be watching the Super Bowl tonight with some of his friends and going to work on Monday. But that just wasn't meant to be. So there's my take on it, with a little bit of a little slant to it. So this is Treasure Troller saying aloha and good day.